Hi, everybody. It's Colette Baron-Reid. Welcome to this week's Oracle Card Guidance and Lesson. And oh my God, thousands and thousands of people are watching our free video series, Oracle Card Secrets. And I hope you're watching it too. If so, please leave us a comment. We're getting so much great feedback and I'm so loving it. And let's now move on into this week's reading. So remember, Oracle Card Secrets, free. That means no money, nothing, zip, nada. It's free. F-R-E-E means zero cost, all for you. And I'm so excited that you might watch it. Let's do the reading for this week. 6 cards. Why do we pick 6 cards? Because we want to tell a story, and there's 6 different elements to the story. First card, which is what I'm teaching you also over there, is that's an anchor card. It's like you drop an anchor into the ocean and your boat stops temporarily so you can get a bird's eye view. You can get a 360-degree view of what's going on in your life. So that's typically the main theme of the reading. Then the next 5 cards tells us more information about that card. So we have a story in motion that we're telling based on the energy all of us are affected by this week. Now, you can actually match that up to an astrology reading, which you're going to see that's fixed in the sky. Mind you, they move too, so they're moving and they tell the human story of all of us, that we're going to have certain influences that are going to be easier for some of us and harder for others. So tomorrow when we drop the Astro Oracle, you're going to get a lot more of an intimate reading because you'll add to these 6 cards your specific sun sign, ascendant, and moon, and that's tomorrow. So let's start with today's. We're going to pick 6 cards. The Enchanted Map Oracle is the Oracle card deck we're using today. It's my husband's favorite one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 6. No, I was going to put 7. No, we're going to do 6. Okay, now you're going to pick a number between 1 and 6. Don't cheat. Okay. So many people go, I can't remember what number I picked. Well, write it down. So just write down a number 1 to 6. Take a look at the cards. This is card number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which one calls you? Like which one of these cards looks at you and go, oh, pick me. And you can't do it wrong. You can't decide after, like I wanted to pick number 1, but I picked number 3. Pick a card. Just pick one. Think about it. That's it. Write it down so you don't cheat. Okay, now let's start the reading. Oh, this is awesome. So this is a week of intention. What's great about this week, as we know, we start spring. Actually, officially happens this week on the 21st or 22nd of March. I always get that wrong. We're also entering into the very first zodiac sign of the year too, which is Aries. So this is a wonderful, wonderful week to set your intentions for the astrological new year. So we tend to think of a new year starting in January because that's the calendar new year. But really, we're looking at this new sense. Spring is here. There's a whole new feeling in the world as nature begins its journey into a transition from one season to another. So this is a wonderful week for you to actually get super clear on your intentions. And what are intentions? Well, they're wishes that have a little bit more edge to them. Okay, so card number 2, this is awesome, Ride the Wave. Now these 2 cards together are basically telling all of us we're feeling it and we need to ride it as opposed to trying to control it, right? There's a flow that we know when we get into the flow of something. We feel like that flow is becoming a very natural part of us. So whatever you're doing this week, just get in the flow of it, getting sync to it. And these are the cards that are telling us that we always know we're out of sync, so stay in sync. You'll get that. It's so easy. It's just saying to me, how do I feel good when I make this choice? Does it make me feel good? Can I just surrender to what is in front of me? And that's what these 2 cards are saying. Set your intention and then just go with the flow. Card number 3 is a commitment. I love that. So commitment goes back to the intention card. So what are you committing to? What are you willing to tolerate? Because every time you tolerate something, I always call myself a reformed people pleaser. So I used to tolerate a lack of boundaries with other people, or I would try to fix something that was unfixable. Because I thought it was my job as the healer to make things okay for everybody all the time, and it actually didn't work, and it made things worse. So I call myself a reformed or a recovered people pleaser. So I am now committed to boundaries. That's my commitment. What's yours? Think about that. Like, what are you committed to? So if you've set an intention and you're riding the wave of that intention, knowing that in the energy that is the universe, the conscious universe, that intention can take root like a flower, or like it starts to come up like in the spring, since this is the week of spring, and you start thinking to yourself, okay, So am I committed to the growth of this thing? What am I willing to do also? Because commitment is a doing word. Commitment isn't just a concept or a theory, or it's not that. It's an experience, and you have to act in that commitment. Even these two hands, one is reaching out to the other one, and so they're grasping that hand. I'm going to take a little break now. Normally I have a puppy in my arms, but there are no puppies in this room right now. I'm very sad. But I'm going to take this break anyway to talk to you a little bit about getting these beautiful, fantastic readings twice a week in your inbox before anybody else gets it. All right, so when you subscribe to my channel, a little bell comes up. Click on that, and when you do, it'll notify you as soon as we have uploaded these fantastic readings. Now, we all usually do it one day for the 6-card reading like we're doing now, and the next day we do the Astro Oracle, which is your astrology piece of these readings. So far, people have been writing us once they've gotten the hang of that both readings are important. One goes hand in hand with the other. We just didn't want to bog it all down in one big long hour reading. We split it up on purpose. You will flip out when you see how accurate this is for you personally. All right, back to the reading. The next card is making a choice. I love this. So here's what happens when we get really clear on our intention. When we get clear on our intention and we ride the wave and we see that and we know we're making a commitment, we have to choose. That means we can't have everything on our plate. We cannot. We have to say no to certain things and yes to other. So the question I'm going to ask you, and I got this from my dear friend Robert Holden, who I'm sure you've heard of, and he always asked, he coached me for a while, and he said, what's your sacred yes? And that's on all his books and stuff. So I wanted to ask you that. What's your sacred yes? Because you're going to have to say no. If you're going to say a sacred yes to one thing, you can't say yes to everything. It's like if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. So you've got to stand for something. You have to say, okay, this is my commitment, and so therefore my choice is to pursue this rather than that. And you get that feeling by looking at how these two things are. There's two doors. Which one are you going to pick? You have to pick one. You can't pick both of them. It's not even possible. Physics. Well, mind you, that's not true. Let's not go there. I know my husband's going to, all of a sudden, I see his face. Don't go Poindexter on people. Okay, clean house. Awesome. So after we've made the choice, we have to take a look at the debris that's there. What do we need to clean up, for example? If I am going to intend something, and I'm going to intend, say I'm going to intend to finish my book, which I've been intending to do for the past year and a half. And I've been working on it piecemeal, but I've decided this month I am going to intend to spend the month and really focus on that book. Well, I'm going to ride the wave of the intriguing sense of inspiration, make the commitment to the time it's going to take, make the choice to have certain time frames that I need, and clean up all the other stuff that I might have cluttered my head with, like saying yes to too many things. Now I got to go back and say no, and I've got to say, okay, I've got to clean space for myself to actually do these things. Whatever yours is going to be, like even if you don't have one right this second, I want you to think about it. Like what would be your intention or the wish that you would have for the life that you desire, who you want to become. And this is the week to do it. Like think of yourself, like I'm starting at spring, new things are supposed to happen for me. Well, what would that look like? And if I commit to that, because everybody wants to be famous, nobody wants to do the work. That came from Kevin Hart, by the way, the very hilarious comedian. And I remember him saying that. It's true. Everybody wants to be famous, but not everybody wants to do the work. So it's like, are you willing to do the work? If you want to play a beautiful guitar, are you going to practice every day? So if you have this intention, you got to do something for it, right? You have to tend it. Same with a beautiful flower in the garden. If you don't water that thing, don't give it enough oxygen, it's going to die. So this is what you have to do, is to keep cleaning, weed that garden, make that choice, clean house, be present to whatever it is that you're committing to create in the world, because this is all about your manifestation process, right? Beautiful, wide open. I love this card. If you do these things, the universe opens up wide. Most amazing things happen, because I always say this statement, this or something better now manifests for me in divine appropriate timing. This is a really good affirmation. This or something better now manifests for me in divine appropriate timing. So when I teach about intentions in my school and my other courses, I always say, don't worry about the form of the intention. Really get in tune with the essence. I talked a lot about that in my book, Uncharted. So the essence of manifestation does not start in the realm of form. It starts in the realm of spirit. Intention is without form. That's how you start. How do I want to feel? The next thing you know, it's like, okay, This is what I got to do now, and I have to make a commitment to that. What actions would I take? What choices would I make? How do I clean house? Then can I be wide open to see what Spirit has in mind for me? Because frankly, amazing things beyond your wildest imagination can actually create the form that matches the essence of your intention. So what a great manifestation week. This is a week, get serious about it, kids. This is the week to really, the energy is really, really, really good to get yourself together and really think about what is it that you want to co-create in the world? What's your service? What is it? And go for it. Take care.